Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day in Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, to be specific. I'm sitting outside of the Aldrich Center. This is where I get my shot. It's a cortisone needle. They use an X-ray to go between my L4 and my L5. I have disc compression from many high impact accidents. And I had this disc compression when I was pregnant with my 31-year-old son. That's when it started to bother me. So I have been getting cortisone shots for probably 20 years. And so the receptionist that used to be here, Nadine, and I went gray together and retired together. So we both went through 20 years of me attending there. So one of the original doctors still gives me my shot, and there's another new one. I believe her name is Dr. Wong. Maybe Kwan. Anyway, here I go to go and get the needle. And they usually go in right where my surgery was. So we'll see how this goes. I'll let you know. I get very anxious before this. I should have a puff. Okay, bye. Hey, ho. Okay, I just got my pain shot. I did have Dr. Kwan today instead of Dr. Carl. And she said it's been about 5 or 6 months since I had my last shot, so that's not too bad. I have been going 10 months, and they confirmed it's been 17 years that I've been coming here. So what it is they give you a local anesthesia first, and then they go in with the cortisone needle, and they use an X-ray to go directly in, or as close to the nerve as they can between my L4 and L5, the sciatic nerve. Because of course that runs all down your spine and then down your leg right to your ankle. And if your compression causes a bulging disc, which mine did, it presses on your sciatic nerve. So they put an epidural block, like a spinal block of cortisone right in there. And so my doctor is an anesthesiologist, and I don't go to a general practitioner for anything other than my checkups. I used to have my GP remove lumps and stuff like that, but I ended up having to see a plastic surgeon after one of my doctors removed a lump in my leg. It wasn't healing, and this freaking gargoyle grew out of it, and it was just disgusting. It wouldn't close. The wound wouldn't close because my leg would move and it would open. And so I had to get a cast, and it turned into a nightmare. And he said, never, ever let your GP do surgery on you, because every time they cut in and excise anything and have to stitch you up and use local and all those things, that's surgery. So he said, don't do it. So that's that. I don't anymore. So anyways, she gave me the needle. She avoided my surgery wound, which I get the stitches out today, and I'm going to get them to do this too. My daughter fixed it a little bit for me, but couldn't get the other stitches out. Her scissors were a little bit too dull. But if you do have any kind of sciatica, I highly recommend this facility. It was recommended to me by another woman that was going through the same thing on my daughter's soccer team. And it has been a lifesaver for me. It does block the sciatic pain. And you'll know when you need another shot. It just comes back. And it doesn't work for everybody. So I got the shot, and then they said 2 weeks later, come and get the booster. And if you didn't feel any relief whatsoever in that 2 weeks, it doesn't work for you, and we won't give you the booster. I was lucky. It worked for me, and it continues to work for me. Eventually, will I need surgery? Because she's done the other side once already too, because it's starting to bulge on the other side. but I've only received 1 shot on that side. I was going to ask her for it today, but this one hurt. So Dr. Kwan's always hurt more than Dr. Carl's because she gets closer to the nerve so that it lasts longer. But fuck, it hurts. It feels like a cramp in your bum, and it goes all the way down the back of your leg until it's already gone. I just sit in here for about 10 minutes and it goes away. So once the cortisone makes its way through. Anyways, now I got a dental appointment. So my last video generated a little bit of conversation, and that's great. That's what I wanted it to do. But I wanted to make it clear that as soon as I discovered my 2 younger kids weren't really well, I think my youngest daughter is very sure of who she's voting for. But as soon as my son expressed that he was waffling, and I just said, "What are you crazy? You're in the oil and gas industry." And I didn't say, "Are you crazy?" I was just, "What? You're in the oil and gas industry. How could you vote that way?" And he goes, "But Mama, there's some ideology of both parties that I believe in and both parties that I don't." And I said, "Well, that is waffling. So do your research, start listening more, start listening to the speaker, not the social media, not the news media outlets for sure, because they've been paid off. And make sure that you dive deep to find the information you're looking for, because really when you Google anything right now, it's all liberal. So you have to dive deep and you have to do a real search, and also try and go to each party's website and read their policies and ideologies and make the best possible decision. But I have to say that once I listened, I was always going to vote for Pierre, but once I listened to his address, that is very difficult to find on YouTube now. The first time I looked for it when I was in Mexico, he'd only been on YouTube for about 5 days. I found it like that. It was the first thing that came up on YouTube. Now when I try to find it, it's liberal. I can't find it. And I did find it and posted it on my Facebook, and it's an excellent address. His wife speaks, he speaks, and it's about an hour long. I really enjoyed listening to him speak. He fumbled on a few words, but he's speaking publicly in front of 5,000 people, so what do you expect? And each rally progresses, he's had to get bigger and bigger venues. So don't believe all the polls that you're seeing, because I think they're being fudged. But that's just my opinion, okay? It's many people's opinion. But anyways, just listen to it. But he's had to get bigger and bigger venues with each rally he's had, which is quite something. So listen to him speak. He's quite a good speaker. He's not rude at all to reporters when he addresses them. He's blunt, but he's not rude, and he doesn't shut the question down. He always answers. That's what I like. Anyhow, enough of that bullshit. This is a long time to be in Edmonton with your family working, and try and see everybody. While you're here, we stay in our place at the north side, and it's good with the hen day because we can get to everybody pretty quick, but it's mostly doctor's appointments and getting our insurances and our registrations all in place for our motorcycles and stuff like that, and our taxes done. So I have a few more furniture items and stuff that need to be decided what we're going to do in the future, and get rid of shit and make a decision on where our permanent home is going to be. For now, it's Edmonton, and our seasonal place is in the shoe swap. And why would we be? I mean, we come to Edmonton too. We camp, and so we are thinking about getting another RV. So that's the scoop for me today. Coronation Pain Clinic. If you have any sciatic pain in Edmonton, look them up, get a referral, and see if it works for you. Peace out.